Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks have defeated the Nashville Predators 2-1 in Game 3 to take a 2-1 series lead, regaining home ice advantage. Here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, and here's one other thing. What I liked, Casey Desmith. Awesome. So many questions about Casey Desmith. Everyone was rooting for him. I think some people were wondering if he could carry the load, especially if rumors of Thatcher Demko's extended absence are true, and I'll get to that in a second. But Desmith was awesome. He made 30 saves on 31 shots tonight. The only goal to beat him was late in the third period when Nashville had an extra man on the ice. He was sprawling. He was making great first saves, rebound saves, saves off deflections. He was getting some help from his teammates, whatever it was. He did what he needed to do. And he was even making saves off of his own teammates like Ian Cole. So Desmith plays a more kind of unorthodox style, or at least he seems a little bit more scrambled, say than a Thatcher Demko. Desmith is smaller, so maybe he has to move more to cover more of the net. But he never looked out of control tonight. And as Nashville peppered the Vancouver Canucks with 31 shots, outshooting the Canucks 31-12, I'll get to that too. I was very impressed with Casey Desmith, and it never felt like he was fluking out. He looked in complete control, and I'm so happy, and there's got to be a confidence builder for him, for the entire team. So Casey Desmith is certainly one thing that I liked. Another thing that I liked, the Canucks' commitment to blocking shots. The game remember on Tuesday night, Nashville blocked 30 shots, while the Canucks were credited with 30 blocked shots tonight. It didn't seem, well, maybe for Nashville fans, it seemed very frustrating as it was for us on Tuesday night. Of course, I wasn't frustrated tonight because we were the ones that were winning, and we were the ones that were doing all the blocking. So 30 blocked shots by the Vancouver Canucks. Very impressed with their commitment to blocking, to getting in the lane. Love the Canucks power play. I love the Canucks special teams overall. They went 2 for 3 themselves, scored both their goals on the power play, and they killed off all 5 of the Nashville Predators power plays, including a 20 to 25 second 5-on-3. So I was very impressed by the Canucks special teams as well. Also impressed that their best players were indeed the best players, at least on the score sheet. It was the 4 All-Stars. It was Miller with 2 points. It was Hughes with 2 points. It was Pettersson with a point, and it was Besser with a point. So only 4 Canucks players to tally on the score sheet tonight, and they were indeed the 4 that you want to tally. Miller, Hughes, Pettersson, and Besser. Speaking of Hughes, he becomes one of only 7 defensemen in NHL history to record 20 points in his first 20 playoff games. And there's some really good players on that list. Guys like Brian Leetch, guys like Bobby Orr, like Al McInnes. I know I'm missing a few, but I think Adam Fox is on there too. So very, very impressive list of players that Quinn Hughes joins. Just trying to think of what I liked about the Vancouver Canucks game. Yeah, Desmith obviously blocked shots. Best players were the best players. Special teams, and I'm just trying to look really quickly through their stats. Yeah, leading the hits up front were JT Miller with 3, and Phil DiGiuseppe with 3, and then on the back end Zadorov with 4, and Philip Hronek with 3. So overall, an all-round really good game by the Vancouver Canucks. I'm sure there's other things too. I love the way that this team stands up for one another. I love the way that Ian Cole was out there blocking shots with his stick, with his leg, with his arm, with his head. There was one sequence where he blocked a shot, and then from the ice, he blocked a second shot that went off his stick and then went off of his helmet into the crowd. So many things to like. And I love the fact that we're coming back. We're at least guaranteed home ice advantage. If we win the next game, that's awesome, coming home 3-1 for Game 5 at home. But even if they lose the next one, which I hope they don't, obviously, then we are up. We still have 2 out of 3 chances. 2 of our last 3 games are at home. But let's worry about that after Sunday afternoon. There were a couple of things that I did not like. Number one, it's very easy just to point out I guess one other thing that I like, the Canucks did a really good job of avoiding getting their shots blocked. Yes, Nashville still good. They didn't forget how to block shots in 3 days, but Nashville was only credited with 11 block shots as opposed to the Canucks 30. And the Canucks did a really good job of trying to at least flare out to the sides or doing cross seam passes instead of just shooting at the net directly every time they got the puck. So I like that the Canucks made an important adjustment there. A couple of things that I didn't like, and it's easy to point to goals against when when you're looking at things that not to like. But the one Nashville goal, that was a rough play by Hronek. Hronek had a solid game overall, but he made that poor pinch. So and you're already down a man because the goalie's pulled. So now the Nashville seem to come in a wave with extra players once Hronek made that failed pinch at the blue line. And then Lindholm stumbled, lost, and basically lost Evangelista. Evangelista comes into the slot and beats Desmith clean. A little bit of interference from Sissons, but certainly not enough to challenge, not worth challenging. So full value for the goal there at Nashville. And yeah, a couple of errors there by Hronek, by Lindholm, unfortunately on the same play. I don't know about you guys. I was scared that we were going to tie it up. At the same time, I was very confident in Casey DeSmith. Another thing I didn't like, the Canucks' low shot total. They had 12 shots on goal, but Nashville only blocked 11. And I don't think they missed the net 60 times. So I don't know. They obviously didn't get 84 shots at net like they did on at least 84 shots away like they did on Tuesday night. But I'm curious to see what that total is. I should have probably looked that up before I came on here. Oh, no, I can see it right now. They had 33 shot attempts. So of 33 shot attempts, 12 got on goal, 11 were blocked. That leaves 10 that missed the net. Actually, that's not bad compared to the 30 that missed the net on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, Nashville had 71 shots on goal. 71 shots on goal, or shot attempts, I should say. So 30 shots on goal, another 30 blocks. So they missed the net around 10 or 11 times as well. So somehow, even though the Canucks won, they got to generate more shots, especially when you hear the totals. It sounds pathetic. Their shot total by period was 3, 6, and then 3. 12 shots on goal. I heard a stat that in a playoff game, I'm not sure if it's a playoff win or playoff game, regardless, the stat they gave on the broadcast was the record was 10. For fewest shots on goal was in a playoff game is 10. And the Canucks only mustered up 12, but they had a very efficient shooting percentage. So things I didn't like, the errors on the goal. I didn't like their low shot total overall. And, am I going to get mad at their discipline? Not really. The face-offs, they lost 2 out of every 3. They only won 37% of the face-offs, so maybe that's something. Yeah, Bluger lost 2 in the final minute or so, so that's something I would have loved for him to do better. But he came out with a massive block at the end of the game, so I got to give props to Bluger that way. Just kind of thinking what else. Oh, the one thing, I guess both teams were doing this. Nashville credited with 32 hits, Vancouver with 23, so 55 hits total. I didn't like the way Nashville, they weren't running Quinn Hughes illegally. It was fine, and we were trying to hit Yossi as well. But I noticed that, especially in the first period, Hughes was taking a lot of punishment, and I know he's a very good player. He's good at absorbing hits and shots, and he's good at kind of skating out of them. But still, you don't want him to get hurt, and you want to lessen the opportunities to line him up. So I didn't like the way, it wasn't his fault, but I didn't like the way Nashville went after him. They went fairly. No, it's not like I didn't like the way Nashville went after him. I didn't like the fact that Hughes was getting hit. How's that? Maybe that's a more neutral way of saying it. But I think he got better as the game went on, and he got better at avoiding that type of contact. Not something I didn't like, but it'd be interesting to see. Lafferty only got 806. Hoglander only got 752. And DiGiuseppe got 11. So we'll see if Podkolzin draws in lineup, or most likely you win away. You're probably going to keep the exact same lineup away as well. So maybe expect the same lineup against the Nashville Predators for Game 4 on Sunday afternoon. Not even a full 2 days between the games. Finally, one other thing. Well, I think we got to give mad props to Casey DeSmith. He was solid tonight. He all these rumors, and even Elliot Friedman addressed them in the first intermission. I talked in my live stream about Sarah Sivian last night, tweeting out that hearing Demko's done for the playoffs. Dhaliwal did not confirm that, but did say it could be an ACL, which could be a long recovery, but you can play on it in the short term. Who knows? Even Elliot Friedman said it's unique. He didn't say mysterious. He said that Demko's injury is unique. That's why no one is able to put a hard, return timeline on him. So it's just going to be the story that's going to linger. I'm sure, just like his knee injury, it's going to linger throughout the playoffs. But the one other thing I think today is Casey DeSmith, at least for a night and probably for a while, has probably silenced some of the doubters, silenced some of the critics. And yeah, if Demko's not going to be back for the entire playoffs, or even in round 3 or 4, if we even get that far, we have to hitch our wagon on Casey DeSmith. And tonight, I think the Canucks were very comfortable doing so. So there's what I like. There's what I didn't like. There's one other thing. Let me know Canucks fans what you liked. Tell me something you didn't like, and tell me one other thing that you noticed about tonight's game. Put it in the comments below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. No live stream tonight. I will do a goal breakdown video, and then I will check back with you on Sunday. We may have a programming note in terms of Canucks After Dark on my own show for Sunday, but I'll make sure that I keep you apprised here and on my Twitter channel. Shout out to my sponsors, Vanity Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, and to Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for all of your support as well. And thanks to everyone else for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, you can subscribe, you can like the video. We're on the way to 11,000 subs, by the way. So subscribe, like the video. You can leave a donation if you're feeling really good about this team. You can become a member. You can upgrade your membership. And once again, tell me one thing that you liked, tell me one thing you didn't like, or more than one thing, and tell me one other thing. Friends, enjoy the rest of your evening. I know I will too. I got to study now. Remember, my master's, all my stuff's due next week, so I got to hit the books now. But I'm happy to be hitting the books with a smile on my face after the Vancouver Canucks 2-1 win over the Nashville Predators. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.